1 minute.
It's opportunity, Cahill, to raise this very important issue. People are being driven down to the ground, and wheels will wheels will stop. They will cease turning because people just can't afford what's going on, Minister. And you have to realise that there's more than €1 being added to the cost, to the original cost of the fuel, more than €1. You see, there was a case to be made maybe for the people that wanted this carbon tax when the cost of fuel was around 115 or 120. But where are we now? And people have no options in rural places where there are far distances to travel to go to work, where hauliers are on the road, where buses are on the road, and all kinds of commercial vehicles. And to think that at this stage now, it is almost between 174 and 180, practically everywhere. And if we went back to last, the end of March, the average price was 162. This is not fair. It's gone up practically 16 to 18 cents in the space of a few weeks.
Thank you, Minister.
Thanks very much, Deputy. When the government introduced the reduction in excise, it was in the early part of 2022. The prices were between $2.10 and $2.20 a litre at that point. And every reduction comes at a cost to taxpayers generally as well. Well over €1 billion has been provided by way of revenue foregone by the Exchequer to fund the reduction in excise, which was always intended to be temporary. Now, what we did was we split the restoration into a number of phases, and it has been fully restored bar the final phase, which is due on the 1st of August. And I've given a commitment to keeping it under review in the lead up to that point in time, because there is a lot of volatility. We've all seen the prices creep up again, even independently of the restoration of excise. What's happening in the Middle East isn't helping. Geopolitical tensions and conflict all feed into the ultimate cost that consumers pay. So I will keep it under review, but I think we should be honest and acknowledge what we're doing here is talking about restoring cuts to excise that the government did in the early part of 2022 in an effort to help households and consumers.
Now, sorry, Deputy, just 1 second. You have 1 minute, and then I'm going to give Deputy Doherty 1 minute, and then the Minister will respond. So thank you. Go ahead yourself.
Minister, you mentioned one thing there, blaming the Middle East and all this. The facts are that the barrel of oil is cheaper now than it has been for a long, long time. And you're increasing this excise duty now again. And have you any consideration for the people that are paying their money to fill their tanks? Have you any consideration or any feeling in your hearts at all? These people, you're saying in one hand that their finances are good and that the country is awash with money. But is it these people you want to keep taking the money from? Because there comes a time that you can't get blood out of a turnip. And you surely heard that before. These people can't stick it for much longer. And it is touching now up to 180, and you're talking about increase it further in the future. God Almighty, I beg you on behalf of the people that are on the road, do not be screwing these like you're doing, and you're nailing them to the cross by insisting on putting back these increases. When he put on the increases, fuel was way cheaper, so he must have to accept that he take a lesser amount now when the amount that they're paying is a bit more.
I'm sure that what those owners do not want to hear is the over and back between you and me, but they do deserve honesty in both directions, and they should know what the Sinn Féin policy was, that there would be an 8-cent increase in petrol in the month of April, 6 cents in diesel. They deserve to know that, despite what you might be saying to them in private conversations. Go back and look at what you published and what you actually provided for. And it's part of your playbook, make an attempt to be responsible on budget day, but then every week in the Dáil you come in and you look to spend more money. Well, we should keep this under review and we should do more here, there and everywhere. This is ultimately about managing the nation's money responsibly. I never said, Deputy Healy-Rae, that we were awash with money. I never said that. Yeah, I mean,
and you're squandering millions. 2 billion, 2.5 billion spent in migration, 600 million for a road in the north of Ireland. 860 to bring dogs and cats in, 860,000, and he'll put in the petrol and the diesel up 4 and 5 and 6 and 8 cents a
Deputy,
litre.
and you know,
Here in government, these aren't, and I'm asking you to deal with the problem.
Deputy, you have the privilege of being in opposition and going around telling everyone everything that they want to hear.
I'm only
And you
bringing
tell
the
them all
messages up
everything they want to
here
hear.
of the people that are on to me. I didn't make them up. I didn't make up these stories. The facts are there. People can't afford to carry on.
You have...
And you have no feeling in your hearts or any bodies at all for them.
Thank you, Minister. Resume
If
your
I may,
seat. Your
you
time
have
is
the
up.
luxury, Deputy.
I have no luxury.
You have the luxury
I'm paying as much as anyone else.
of being permanently in opposition and being able to go around the county telling everyone what they want to hear.
Minister,
And that
your
you'll never
time-
make a difficult decision. You'll never
I'm
do anything to
bringing
hurt.
up the stories,
It's the luxury.
that I'm
It's the
being asked by
luxury you
the
have,
people
Deputy. It's the luxury you have.
that I'm meeting every
Over
day.
here on this side of the house, we have to
Minister,
make
through the
decisions.
chair, please, you're not speaking to Deputy Healy-Rae. Your time is up. Please resume your seat.